That's right. We are live right now with a CSHR radio special presentation. Joining me tonight is Mr. Harshmed and a new guy, Mr. Gambit. He didn't put his last name up there, so I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying it or not. So
Gambit Wolf, Gambit Constantine, whichever. Hey, buddy, how's it going, Gambit?
Doing good. How about you guys?
Pretty good. I got a bottle ready for tonight's special report. Salute.
Salute. I don't drink, so.
Yeah, cheers, whatever. Anyway, we got so much to talk about on this beautiful Thursday night, don't we? Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about let's just get into it.
We're talking about scammers and pieces of crap.
Well, how about this? What's one thing that people are born with, and what's one thing people die with? They die with their name.
Yeah.
They're born with their name, they die with their name. So he is no longer known as that one name. That is now foreskin or from under cheese.
Oh my God. Yeah, it really is. I mean, I just don't understand the psychology of someone like him. I really don't, to that level of just depravity. But I think of any topic or any situation, just degeneracy upon degeneracy.
It really is, in all honesty.
Right, because I know I know we were talking on the phone a few days ago, and you were talking about how, like, he was so, basically, he came down here because he was afraid of you up there.
Exactly. Like, he moved into our apartment complex. Like,
Oh, jeez.
and that's, in all honesty, like, I feel bad for you guys that you guys both took him in. It's like, it really.
I mean, to be fair, neither one of us knew how he was.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's still sad. Let's go back to it, because let's see how this whole thing started with, this whole, how you even met the man. Because that's a rather interesting story.
I met him due to the fact of he tried to tagline off me being an actual reaper back in the day.
Right.
And he tried to befriend me, and I befriended him. And then I became friends with his girlfriend. And, well, now she's my wife, I mean, and he was such a pathetic loser, basically, that he kept trying to gain off of me, and he mentally abused her, and she was afraid of him, that I came to where I'm at now here in Minnesota,
Yeah.
and, all that shit. So that's how it all started.
Absolutely. Because I remember when you guys first met, he was talking so glowingly of you that he would brag about you to his girlfriend Lindsay, and it was just rather weird that a man would do that to. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, when he physically abused her, or not physically, but mentally and technically physically abused her by snapping her cell phone over his knee, where she couldn't call the cops and all that, because he started to get to that point. And she had to get onto her laptop to contact them. That's when I was brought into the situation. And basically, we didn't even talk about, from under cheese with any means.
Right.
And, that's basically how everything came about.
No, that makes sense. Because I remember... Because the thing is, when he was down here, you talk about how great I was. And when he was with Scott, he talk about how great Scott was. And then just to find out, he do a complete 180. So when did it turn on you with him? I'd imagine it was around the time Lindsay changed, but, like, what exactly? Because there were, like, some confrontations as well.
It was when I tried to make their relationship work, and I already fell in love with her anyways. But I'm such a nice guy that I tried to make things work with them, that I told him flat out that if he doesn't treat her right, I will. And next thing you know, he got pissed off at me for that
Right.
because I was
Well, I mean,
calling
how
out.
would somebody want? I mean, you know, how would a girl want somebody that only bathes like once every 2 weeks anyway? I mean, you know.
No, that's
Robert
so
Walker
true.
says people like to talk about how great I am all the time.
Yeah, they
I
do.
have to agree with you. I mean,
Well,
Robert
they
is great.
do. Yeah, he is great, but they do talk about how great he is until certain situations come up when it comes to directions.
Well,
Anyway,
it comes down to you, Harsh, you, Scott. He did the same thing with Ricky. I mean, he did the same thing with Haley. He's done the same thing to numerous people. Harsh actually said or the best is that he's worse than Lucifer. At least Lucifer gives you what you want. That's what Harsh
yeah,
told me over the phone.
that's true. Lucifer gives you what you want. You just have to sell your soul to him. Whereas Scott and
Exactly.
Josh can do that.
You want to?
The only thing Josh does is just just gives you a bunch of BS and BS and lies. That's about it.
Yep.
Oh man, came to Chicago. I gave my last $236 to help the homeless. Oh, I did this and that. That's why I have no money. It's like, yeah, no.
You know where Josh was when Lindsay met him?
Where?
Living in a tent. Yeah,
So
I saw you put that drink down. I'm going to go take a drink of that. I saw that. Your reaction. There you go. You're going to need more of that.
Yeah, I might. I'm gonna have to run to Benny's during the show. But that's the case. But I'm like, so he's a homosexual then.
He was living at Ty's house in Florida.
Wait, so he was living in a tent when he met Lindsay?
Yeah. And she felt bad for him, so she brought him over to hang out for a week.
So he's a homosexual. He's someone who shacks up with people, shacks up with women just for a place to live. That's a homosexual.
Yeah. I mean, and he goes for the same MO. I never seen. What's your girl's name, Gambit? Lindsay. I've never seen Lindsay, but normally I noticed he goes for like the overweight single mothers. You know, like the ones that can't really find relationships or anything like that, and then he uses them until they're out of money. Then he leaves.
I'll tell you one thing. She's not overweight, but she is a single mother of two.
Right. Well, I mean, that's also part of his MO. You know, that's what he goes after, people like that. You know, everybody I've seen him post about is always the same MO. It's either a single mom or an overweight woman that has trouble picking up a guy, or a single mom, you know, obviously because they have baggage. I'm not saying Lindsay has baggage. I'm just saying, you know, that's how he views them. Yeah. And then he exploits them until they run out of money. As soon as they run out of money, he bounces.
She's got baggage from an ex, like mental baggage, but you know, she was dealing with a hardcore relationship with being with their father, and then they broke up, and she dealt with other stupid shit afterwards. So, he came about, and yeah, so I came from Colorado to Minnesota, and now we live in a nice household. And I mean, we bought our house. She's sitting right next to me, but she doesn't want to be on camera. But
that's all good. I just know that. Yeah, that's because I remember it was so bad that it took such a turn that he went from befriending you and living off of your name and your rep and your abilities to trying to get you jumped. I mean, it was just a rather bizarre 180.
Yeah. Once again, he tried to get me jumped.
Right.
He
still attempted it, which is messed up. I mean, yeah, he suffered, but
Here.
Well, I mean, I didn't suffer much, but
right. I mean, he obviously suffered more because he fails at everything he does. But
yeah, I mean, the only thing I have is I do have a scar across the bridge of my nose where he sent one of his friends with a 2x4 across my face. But yeah, that was the only thing. I mean, you know, it sucked that he talked a lot of crap about me to you guys, but
Yeah.
you know, at least we're all cool. You know, I mean, you know, I just feel bad that you guys went through that. You know, I mean,
Honestly, the thing that pisses me off the most isn't even like, you know, how many times I like, isn't even about the financial aspect, is about like, I introduced him to people I knew and that I'm friends with, that I know in real life at like many different events and shows and all that. I'm just like, why? You know, why did I have to introduce him to people I actually know in real life? That's the thing that really pisses me off.
yeah, at the same time, though, what really sucks is the people's armor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that helps.
Which he's getting certified mail here because of his tax obligations that he hasn't paid for his LLC, so that won't be around much longer.
No, that's
Well, Scott,
he owes the state money now.
Do you have a fire pit?
No, I just returned him to sender to let
No,
him know
I
that
wouldn't
he's
even
not.
do that. I would just throw him in the
No,
fire
that's
pit.
the thing. If they know he's not at this address, then that business is null and void anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the fire pit idea. Maybe send
Because-
one or two to the state, and then send the rest to the fire pit.
Yeah, because if it makes it look like that he's avoiding them, it's a lot worse for him.
Nah.
Told you.
What?
Told you. He's right.
No,
Oh.
it's not.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, do you want to talk? I can turn your mic on. Oh, okay. Junior said he doesn't want to talk because Harsh is here.
Awesome.
Who's Junior?
I'm sorry. Scott Jr.
Yeah, he's his son behind him.
Oh,
He's focused on other stuff right now. But Rachel says, well, speaking of wifey, he can't even carry a gun. He's a pepper spray carrying, bulletproof vest wearing sis. He really is. I didn't realize how true this was until
Actually-
one time.
he has a taser now, or he did.
No, he doesn't anymore.
Yeah, no, because I took it away from him. It's in the lake. He's got a new
Yeah,
one.
he doesn't have any of that equipment anymore. So I don't know. I guess his new thing is that he's pretending to be an investment person.
Yeah,
You know, and his site says invest with confidence or some crap like that.
Well, I mean, no, he had a taser when he lived here in Minnesota.
yeah.
It was a purple one.
Purple.
It was purple.
You couldn't get a
And
black
not
one?
even the cool kind of purple, not the Prince kind of purple. It was the purple.
Oh my
Purple.
God! Not even
Purple.
the Prince kind of. Not even the Prince.
Why
kind
couldn't
of
he buy a
purple?
black one or at least color it in with a black Sharpie or something?
No kidding.
I mean,
Well, I
spray
mean,
paint the
that
damn thing.
That kind of leads me to the other point. God, that kind of leads
Well,
me
you
to
know,
the other
purple
point.
purple is the color for gays.
Well, I mean, and that's what
Hey.
Josh is. That's what Josh is. I mean, and this is what makes him such a deplorable piece of shit, in my opinion.
Deplorable.
The fact that he lied about his brother being on the registry. The fact that he lied about what his brother did to him, when in reality his brother didn't do anything.
I looked
outside of-
all over that registry. I
You're
couldn't
right.
find anything. Harsh couldn't find anything on the registry. So I was like, yeah, well, this is bull. You know?
This
and
guy,
he didn't tell me these things because he knew I would call him on them.
I mean,
I've been around long enough to know, you know, what's true and what's not.
I mean,
And
Well-
the type of people that he would tell Harsh he spoke to is just not even possible. These people are not going to speak to some idiot that carries around a bulletproof plate carrier. He doesn't even have the plates in it, so it's not even bulletproof.
right.
You know, so I mean, what good is just an equipment holder without
Well-
plates?
The one thing I will say is me and my wife both say, you both, when we've watched your show, even though I started watching the show due to me knowing him on there and I wanted to troll his aspect in a certain way, hence the reason why he was like, Gambit Constantine can't be on here, and and he started throwing a fit. But the thing is that we both have said is you both are highly intelligent people.
Well, the reason he ran from here is because he was about to that point where his little web of bullshit that he was spinning was about to collapse on him.
Right.
When he realized that, he bolted.
Yeah, and
And then what? 2 days later, we figured out everything.
yeah, not even 2 days.
Not even 2 days later, about the next day.
Yeah, about a day or so. And then the crazy part is he left here because he couldn't do the same thing he was doing at Rick's place or Scott's place. I'm
Right.
like, no, you're not. I'll help you stay somewhere around here. You're not staying with me, no. And I didn't know
But-
that it was such a mental. I didn't realize that I was saving myself so much nonsense. I just thought I was like, yeah, okay, well, whatever. We'll have a place to throw after parties, but instead, nope. Wow.
But here we are basically now as the Three Musketeers that are against him.
Oh, no, it's not just us three.
No, it's a lot of people.
Well,
It's a lot of people.
yeah,
It's
but
a lot. Well, I mean,
the
we've
three
done
of
the
us
math. He
standing up.
owes about 50 grand to different people now at this point.
Right.
But we're the Three Musketeers actually standing up.
Mhm.
Like
Right.
Haley, like I'm still friends with Haley to this day because she apologized to
Oh,
me, and we're still friends with her. And she
Junior
flat out
just-
said, like, I don't want nothing to do with him. I'm just staying away.
Right.
You know,
I know I gave you one. All you had to do was ask me.
but that's all we need to do is just
Huh?
stick together and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said no.
Offered it.
Oh, most
you know,
definitely. Yeah. I
maybe
mean,
go,
no, that's
maybe go on that road trip. We talked
Yeah.
about.
Oh, and
That
by
would
the
be
way,
nice.
he did steal one of Junior's mixers.
Oh,
We found out the other day.
wow.
Mixer
'Cause
what?
he like a little music mixer that he was using for his soundboard and stuff like that.
Oh,
for his
wow. He did that.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's no longer in that room. It's no longer in that room, and some of his other stuff is missing too.
Wow. Nice.
Well,
As a bone to pick with them, too. Okay.
does Junior want to go on a fucking road trip? And I'm sorry I said that. I should not cuss on this radio
That's all
station,
right.
but
Yeah, it's okay. We got a 20-second delay. You're good.
I'm
right.
more, yeah, I'm more worried that you're leaky plants, but go on.
well, make a road trip.
Yeah, road trip. Yeah, road trip. Yeah, road trip. Yeah, that'd be fun. Although for them it'd just be an hour drive.
He said he
Road
doesn't
trip.
feel like going. He's trying to keep his nose clean. He doesn't want any felonies on his record.
That is true.
I don't have any felonies on my record. I had no
Well,
misdemeanors.
I mean, if
on
you
my-
go over there and the type of person he is, yes, you will. You will have a felony on your record because he's going to do everything he can to cry to the cops until they do something.
I already
He
dealt with
is one of
him
those types. He
I
thinks
dealt
he's a
with him
cop.
before. I have a misdemeanor and a gross misdemeanor because of him. And all we got to do is go in, go out, call it good.
Okay, well, the only thing I will say is that road trips are very funny and anything can happen on them.
Yes.
But more importantly, I never
Shit on
realized
the
how much
floor.
of a sissy he really was
My farts are-
until he started was on the phone with me at a house at the hotel one day, and he started having such a panic attack that he couldn't feel his legs or something, or he thought he couldn't feel his legs. And he just got a trip to the emergency room. And
Well,
leave his
especially-
shoes.
Especially if I go knock on the door and just say, "Hey, how's it going?" Like Mr. Rogers style,
Right. I know. But I'm saying, like, he had such a panic attack at the hotel he was working at. He was like, "Oh my God, I need to call 911. My legs are feeling bad," or whatever. He was like,
He pulled that
basically-
same crap here at one point and went to the hospital and spent the whole night in the hospital. And I had a doctor's appointment the next morning, and I had to let him use my truck. And I was like, dude, I don't give a fuck what's wrong with you now at this point. I need my truck. I've got shit to do.
Yeah, well,
You know, I
what
mean-
ended up happening when he did that to you, Scott? Like, did they say, "Oh, he was fine"?
He claimed they said he had blood clots again, but he never had any paperwork.
Right. If you have
Never
blood-
showed any paperwork. The only thing he gets here now is hospital bills from stuff he didn't pay, obviously.
Right. Yeah, if he actually has blood clots if his blood clots are that bad.
No, he
have to-
doesn't. We tried to give this boy aspirin, to at least try to do something about that, and he
blood
wouldn't even
clots
take
in
it.
the blood.
He's got a blood clot in his brain, maybe, but not in his legs. I can promise. you.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's weird about him saying that to you? He would talk about how grateful he was that him and I and a few other people would be going out every night. When you're with me out here and you're and having a few too many, yeah, you're gonna party. And he was like, "Oh man, Harsh, if we weren't going out drinking every night, my blood clots would be bad. So thank you so much for that." In reality, I just think he wanted to freeload off of my social circles.
That's exactly what it was.
Because I mean, if he has blood clots in his legs, he doesn't want to take aspirin. That seems very weird. Oh wait.
And I mean, here I am with IVs in my arm and everything.
All right.
Brad, if you can't show me proof of what you're saying, shut up. That's how I look at it from now
Well,
on. Just shut up. If you can't show me proof of it, shut up.
He's going to lie to you and basically try and use the HIPAA law, basically. Like, I don't have to show you nothing. But at the same time, if it is true, then...
You can't swim?
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty funny. We can't... Oh, yeah, she was telling me that he's afraid of the water because of a swan.
Well, that makes sense as to why he doesn't bathe but once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, he's afraid of swimming due to a swan. And here's the thing, too. Lindsay paid for a $200 ticket per person in Florida for them to go jet skiing. He was happy to do jet skiing, and then out of nowhere, he backed out. Like, I'm too afraid of the water. After he made her pay for the ticket, and he hung out in the hotel room when they were in Florida.
Jesus.
Maybe that should have been the time when he came out of the closet. He'd rather hang out in a hotel room than jet ski with this woman. That's about. I mean, not to keep harping on the LGBT stuff, but and for lack of a better term, that's the gayest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Well, no, it's like
how do you get scared of water because of a swan?
I don't get it either. Like a shark, I get it, but a swan?
A swan.
Alligator, crocodile, yes. And Scott, here's a question for you. Was it him that was living with you when he brought Mark down there?
Mark never came down here.
But did you ever meet Mark?
Nope.
He brought the guy that lived right below us, who he moved in with, down to your area. And this dude looks like fucking Hanson. I'm sorry, again, I'm getting amped up. But this dude looks like Hanson. Like, playing out, like, every time I'd see him, I'd be like, ba, shoot, ba, ba, do, and
no, he never brought anybody here.
And this guy would never get the joke. It's like, seriously.
He was deathly afraid of me for some reason. Like, I would get angry or something like that, and he would pout like a puppy dog and go hide in his room. Like, literally, hide in his room. He would not get anywhere around me when I was angry about something.
Right.
Well,
and if he stood outside more than 10 minutes, he had to go sit down and rest. So, I mean, here I am. I had these two massive surgeries and everything else. I'm sweating my ass off working on the truck, and he's just out there about to die from the heat. I'm like, dude, really? I'm falling apart, literally.
But I seen him stand more than 10 minutes when talking to the cops on a freaking body cam.
Yeah.
When talking to them
but
about
that's what
me.
I'm saying, because he's a fake cop. He wants to be part of that world, and it won't let him in there.
No.
But
and he lied so much. No, what are you going to say before I talk about how much he lied about his help out here?
Gambit?
Oh. No, he's... I'm trying to censor myself right now, but he is...
Good question. Very good question. Very good question.
He's low down dog poo. He's the female dog equivalent of every single female that acts like a female dog.
Yeah, it really is. That's an insult to female dogs, though, because female dogs.
Yeah, don't insult female dogs.
Yeah, female dogs are useful. He's not. And to go back on and to go back to the point.
I'm trying to censor myself.
I know, but I'm just saying, like I said, this guy is. First of all, I don't care what sexuality you are. Just be honest with yourself, and I'm fine. The problem with people like that is he lies about everything. This guy would come up when he was up here. He'd go, "Yo, Harsh, I can fix your car. Yo, Harsh, I know how to be a mechanic and work on this." That,
no, he didn't know.
He knows how to put a light bar sensor on your car.
Huh?
He knows how to put a light bar sensor on your car because he turned a Saturn Ion into a security car because he put a light bar sensor on it with a spotlight.
Right.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
you're as good as freaking Jiffy Lube.
Exactly. I mean, it's just stupid. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I never trusted him in like car because I'm not an idiot. But like, and plus I have like certain favorite mechanics that I go to. But that being said, it was horrible. And but I will, Jackie, I will say this: when she says, "Where do you find these people?" Just saying Happy, then Fon, you can't compare Happy to Fon Cannon. Happy is not nearly as bad as Fon Cannon. Like, I'm sorry, no one is.
I mean, morally, Happy's worse than Fon Cannon, but
I don't know. I don't know about that. I really don't.
I highly disagree.
I do too. Knowing what I know about no. Happy, don't get me wrong, has his fair share of issues. But to say that he's morally worse than Fon Cannon, I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, Fon Cannon, I don't think would be stupid enough to sell crack to a 16-year-old.
No, but he would just lie about his brother being a pedophile.
Well, okay. Well, you make a fair point there. I mean,
at least let's be honest. I mean, Happy, okay, yeah, he might have been dumb enough to sell to a 16-year-old. What I am going to say is, when I was 14 to 16 years old, if someone his age at the time was selling me drugs, I don't think I would have been upset about it. I would have been upset that if my parents found out, but that would have been about it. But the point being, that's a sidebar. That's a sidebar. It's nothing with here or there. I mean, like I said, you could sit there. No, that's true. But you could sit there and say he acted like one. The thing is, Josh is one.
Well, the thing is,
Josh is a predator. Look at what he does to single moms.
Yep.
Like I said, don't get me wrong. Happy with his messaging wasn't the smartest. Okay, I got that. That was a bit over the top, but
and you see, here's the thing. He was actually doing well here at one point, and I thought everything was fine, because he was in charge of a few different things, and we didn't realize how bad it was until after he bounced, because I started going through everything with Harsh. Me and Harsh sat there one day, and I think it took us it took us all day to straighten everything out that day. And it was about $4,000 worth of bills that he just pushed off to the side so he could spend money on a phone game.
Yeah.
And he literally borrowed $4,000 from a single mom in Australia.
Yep.
And we didn't see a dime of that here.
Nope. He literally used Scott and Olivia to get $4,000 from a lady in Australia. From a single mom in Australia. That's how bad this was.
Well, here's the thing. He was playing off me doing the Anon thing.
Right.
And right after I got my tattoo, he got his people armor, like with the Down syndrome lion on the face.
Yeah.
But see, that's the tattoo that I got. It says, "We are Legion."
Yeah. Right.
And he was like, "Oh, I'm getting a tattoo as well." And then he got that.
I wonder how much he paid for that tattoo.
Lindsay paid
Couldn't
for
have
it.
been no more. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Lindsay paid for her tattoo. Was a Bible verse on her arm, and she paid for that one too as well. And she said it was about, as you said, Scott, about $200.
My God. Yeah, can we just not compare Josh to anybody we dealt with in the past?
Oh, actually, from Under Cheese. That's right, from Under Cheese.
I mean, he was good. He was good at hiding who he was. He really was.
Yeah.
And he was good at it until he wasn't.
Right.
Let's just put it that way.
He's the perfect snake in the grass.
He really
Right.
is.
But in all honesty, this dude needs an epidural of something like this.
I wouldn't be upset about that. I wouldn't be upset about that happening to him.
He would probably enjoy it.
Yeah, knowing him, that's probably why he got upset at his brother Jacob.
He claimed that he didn't want to go out to the bars and clubs here because he was scared of being date raped or something like that, or somebody putting something in his drink. I was like, dude, I've never even heard of that around here. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what he would tell me every time. The guards, you got to come down here. When I go out, I don't want to go out by myself out Baton Rouge because they might date rape. They like to put roofies in the drinks out.
No,
here.
they don't. They don't do that out here.
Who actually, in all honesty, if they did in Chicago or wherever you're at, Scott, who would want to date rape him?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know of any sane person that would.
Like,
Right.
even me and Harsh had the conversation. I told him, I sent him a picture of myself back when he was claiming that, you know, Lindsay was stalking him. I'm like, I kind of look like Johnny Depp back in the day. I mean, now,
Yeah.
you know, I,
You
you
just
know,
look like a bald-headed thug now. So I mean, it's
well, I
fine.
mean, yeah,
Hey,
now I
it's still
shaved my
better looking
head,
than
but,
Josh.
you
Still
know,
better looking
You
than
kind
Josh.
of look like Marshall Mathers with dark hair,
Yeah, he does. He does look like
like
Marshall
Slim
Mathers.
Shady a little bit.
But
I've
Gavin
heard
showed,
that since third grade. I've actually heard that since third grade, in all honesty.
and that's why he grew out his hair. He actually looked pretty dapper with the hair. I will say that. I will agree with that. 1,000%. You know, but to go back to the point, it's just, I mean, just, and I'm just sitting there like, why are you so paranoid about that? Like, what? Like, this is what happens when people lie about who they are. Like, why would you be a 32-year-old man worried about being date raped? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Take
Like, do you
this
A
think
hair
that
security.
important?
and take this hair and shave it off right about there,
Oh my God.
and
That's what I used to have.
well, you pull it off. Him being date raped is highly unlikely.
No.
So
No.
Happy would have a greater chance of being date raped over Fawn Cannon. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I'll say this much about no, we won't go there. The only thing I'll say is that I could see why people would be attracted to Happy. I don't see why they'd be attracted to Josh.
I don't see why people would be. Who would be attracted? Okay, you need to go to therapy.
I'm not saying
Something's
they're
wrong with
smart.
you.
I'm not saying they're smart. I'm just saying there's a plausible reason.
well,
Josh,
Yeah, I'm
there's no
sure. I'm
plausible-
sure people are attracted to somebody who has a broken Harley that can't go anywhere and looks like a homeless person.
I'm just saying,
I
have
mean-
you seen the market lately? It's not great. It's not great. What I am
Okay,
gonna
that's
say-
also a fair statement. But
Right. What
Still.
I am saying is Josh is like the worst of the worst. Dude, I remember when he was up here once. He's like, "Hey, Harsh, my dandruff's so bad. That's why I get all these flakes." So I had to buy him Neutrogena shampoo just to deal with his dandruff.
well, if you want me to make
what happened.
if you want me to make things worse, in all honesty, I have a weird way of twisting things into conversation that'll make you both cringe. He was once attracted to me, and once
That makes
attracted to Harsh, and once attracted to Scott, and once
oh
attracted
God,
to Ricky.
don't say
that's
things
where
like that.
Makes
Why are
sense.
you
It's
trying to make
not
me throw
wrong.
up? My stomach. I got enough stomach problems as it
It's
is
not
already.
wrong. It's
Why do you
not
think-
wrong.
It doesn't matter. I don't want to.
It's
Gross.
not wrong. It is not wrong. The harsh reality of his statement is that it's.
I would feel more
100%
comfortable with
true.
RuPaul in a room than I would Joshua Fon Cannon. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah,
It's
because
just
RuPaul knows how to take a shower and Josh doesn't. But
exactly.
The point being,
Remember,
is,
he's
not
just
wrong.
he's just a Cremunda cheese.
Right.
Dude, we aired out that room for about a week and a half, and it still smelled like Old Spice body spray in there. It's like, Jesus Christ, man! How much of that stuff did you must have used that about a 5-gallon bucket?
Old Spice. He
Tony,
hung out with me for
Max,
2 months.
Too
and
Unholy says, what did I click on?
Poor Max. Sorry, Max. Well, like I remember, he was what you call it. I
Max is
remember.
going to fire all of us.
Yeah, he probably should. Anyway, he should put us in a home while we're at it. Anyway, the point being is,
I've been there, done that.
Yeah, like I remember he was hanging out with me for 2 months, and like he was exposed to all the some of the finer things in life, and then now and then he goes back to Old Spice. Man, he really didn't. He really messed up.
Spray stuff. I mean, bruh. It
No,
was so
see-
strong. I used to have to tell him, bruh, don't use that before you get in my truck, please. Because the truck would smell like that for days afterwards.
I wear Old Spice, but I know how to wear it. Just 2 spritz. It's
But
like,
no, I mean, you're a normal person.
well, maybe. I mean, the doctors are trying to talking about other things about that, but
Yeah. Well, let's go make a gutsy back, Scott. I'm glad to. You know, it was what can I say? It was less entertaining without him. But let's go back to this comment. Jackie says Fon Cannon sucks, and he also swallows apparently.
Mean people suck. Fine cannon swallows.
He sucks and swallows.
I'm
well,
going to make a t-shirt that says that, a CSHR radio t-shirt.
where is Jackie Hyde? You know,
She's
on
in the
this.
comments.
Jackie Hyde is the host of Herbalations right here on CSHR Radio, which is available every Sunday night at 8 o'clock on the Herbalations page, the CSHR Radio page, and live on the radio.
Yeah.
So-
Wait. I'm happy to be on the show again, too. Wait till you see what my stepkids have to say, because I'll put them on mostly. And
Yeah, but we can't. No underage folks. Sorry.
all right, that sounds good.
All right, but the thing is, though, no, but in regards to this,
Well, of course, Jackie, I'm going to give you plugs for your show, obviously.
and don't forget, she might also be on the show. She might also be on the show later tonight, with Jackie's Harsh. The Now presents Jackie's Harsh Reality. If she's up for it at 10 or maybe 10 p.m. Central, 9 Jackie time, maybe. That depends on how she's
That would
feeling.
be 8 o'clock Jackie time. She's
No,
2 hours behind us.
No, she's not in. She's in Mountain Time now.
Oh, okay. She moved. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yes, she did.
Well, if you want, I'll be on there too. You know.
All right. We could do that. But it won't be Josh centric this time. But no, I mean, that's just what it is. And the thing, what I want to know is, how did he go from you being upset that you stole his, that his girlfriend fell for you, to what you call it, to him moving in the same apartment complex as you and her?
Well, in all honesty, my wife
That just sounds
is
like straight up obsession.
exactly, but my wife is a very, very, very faithful person, and so am I. Like, I mean, this ring means everything to me, and I will never cheat on her, and I embarrass her every time I get. When I proposed to her, it was in the middle of a fucking bar. Oh, sorry. It was in the middle of a bar, and everything, and everyone was buying us drinks, which I did not realize that they were going to do here in Minnesota, because I just came from Colorado. But sorry, this dude like tweaks my nerves so much to where I just want to cuz up a storm. Harsh knows from me talking on the phone.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I tried to help the relationship, even though I fell in love with her first.
Right.
And, I tried to help them. And then he gets mad at me for it. And so it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. What does make sense is that he threw a restraining order on me and falsified it. And the judge wanted nothing to do with it. And him trying to get me jumped, and then me beating up 3 people, and he was nowhere around.
Right.
And then later on, when the restraining order was in effect, I tried walking home with a case of beer, and he tried to pull that purple taser out on me with his bulletproof vest, mind you.
It was
And-
bulletproof vest.
Yeah, and I snatched that away, and that's why he has the shoulder problems he does. I broke his collarbone.
I mean, to be fair, it probably wasn't hard to break.
No,
I'm just saying.
it
you know,
really wasn't. I throw a hard punch, but I didn't even throw a hard punch, and I was surprised when it did, because his shoulder dropped like crazy.
I think it was funny that day he was at the house, and I was actually arguing with Olivia. I wasn't even talking to him, and I went to slap the wall, and my hand went through the wall. I didn't see him for the rest of the day after that. I was like, dude, it was just sheetrock. It's not like I punched through a brick wall or anything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, can we all take 5 seconds to do one thing real quick for me? 'Cause
What's that?
We know this little toad sucker is watching. So can we all wave hi?
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Joshy.
Hi, Josh. Wave to Josh, Scott, right?
Hi, Josh.
Bring back that mixer, you piece of crap.
I got your hat.
He said, I got your hat. Yeah, those hats don't fare well to weed eaters or flames.
He needs a toupee.
No. I will say one thing. At some point, we're going to have a debate on this show. because you and Jackie keep bringing it up, try to keep comparing Happy to Josh, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, we should have a debate, Happy versus Josh, and it'll be you and Jackie versus myself, and I'll be more than happy to say Josh is worse.
Well,
in all
it's
honesty,
funny. Jackie says this, but the phone lines are open. I mean, it's 844-924-7104. That's 1-844-WCHR 104. He can call in if he wants. He's too scared to call in now at this point.
at the same time, I don't know Happy. I know
You're not missing anything.
No, you're not missing
Honestly,
anything.
you're not missing anything.
The only thing I'll say about Happy is he's not nearly as bad as Josh. I'm not saying he's a great guy or a good guy or anything, but I'm just saying if we debated this, there's no way.
Yeah, I mean, Happy doesn't move from area to area. I mean, he stays in the same shed.
All right, well, here's the question then, because I mean, we're all cool now. Is Happy worse than what Josh?
No.
Or
No.
from Under Cheese made me sound out to be.
Josh from Under Cheese.
No, absolutely not. No, absolutely. I mean, would Happy be worse than what Josh made you sound like?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, he didn't make you sound bad. To me,
he just made you sound.
He just cried about it until I decided to flex a little bit. That's it. I mean, he just would not shut up about it. These boys gonna come to my house and no. For one, I don't think anybody's stupid enough to come to my house because it would not turn out well for him.
Oh,
Louisiana's an open carry state, and we do have stand your ground laws. It would not turn out well for anybody that showed up at my house, and I'd probably beat the shit out of him before I shot him, just for fun.
Oh, the butt end of a shotgun. Oh,
exactly. So that was not something I was worried about.
Well,
and then he just cried and cried and cried and cried and said, you know what? If it'll make you shut up, I'll block it from the page. And that's it. That's all I did.
I'm going to let him a
I didn't block you from my account.
Here's what this little toe sucker did. His friend Mark, the Hanson Umbop person.
Umbop, tick-a-tack-a-ba-doom.
Shoom-dop-ba-doo.
If you're going to type as the page artist, at least learn to spell. That's all I'm saying.
You know what?
But no, what he did is his friend Nate came to our door and broke in our front door, and I pulled a pistol on him. And then this was back in October. And in January, when Josh moved in, after we got married in November, he moved into December. He called the cops in January over that. When this happened back in October.
And you had to think about it for a minute.
Every month, the cops were at our door. That's how much of a kitty cat he was.
He had to think about it.
Yeah.
Hashtag swallow a lot of deek.
Yeah, he's not wrong about it either. That's probably
who was that?
That's our guy.
Hoey.
That's our guy Joseph. Yeah. No, I mean the crazy part is that's probably why I tried to follow restraining order because his brother Jacob was like, Josh, we're brothers. Why do you want me to keep fingering you? Why do you want?
This is incest, I tell you. Doesn't matter if it's gay; it's still incest.
Not the Fermunda cheese, I'll tell you that much.
I'm just saying.
You could not give me things you wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't even touch that with an 11-foot pole.
Oh.
Seriously.
All right, well, we got about almost 50 minutes live of this. I can tell you what Haley's told me.
Might as well.
50 minutes.
Let's do it.
He likes to be.
Oh God.
Well, I'll make it short. He likes to strap on.
Oh God.
That makes
really?
Sense. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
And Haley told me that she bought a bigger one, and he got scared of it and still dealt with it and screamed the entire time.
That makes a lot of
So
sense.
we're changing his name to Peggy Foncannon.
You might as well be at this point. Peggy Fawn Grand Canyon. That's his name.
Peggy Fon Grand Canyon.
Me, I only like things out. But yeah, what Haley told me on that one, I was like, yeah, like I said, we're still friends on Facebook to this day. And what she told me and why she wants nothing to do with him anymore, oh no. But that's a perfect name for him.
No, right. One, it is a perfect name, and two, what Haley told you kind of what you call it, kind of goes hand in hand, no pun intended, with what with
Hand
him
in
and his
hand.
brother.
Hand and
With him and his
strap.
brother, yeah. All the other stuff about his, him being in the closet and him wanting to be fingered by his brother.
Yeah, but was it actual sexual harassment that he did with his brother? If it happened to him?
I don't think it was. I think it was consensual, and then Josh was upset that it stopped.
Squealed like a pig.
I think it was one of his best friends, in all honesty. Like when he supposedly moved to Montana, he doesn't have a sister, so it's a friend that did it, and not his brother. But he had to play it off. Detective work done.
Hey, I'm just saying, knowing Josh, he probably, even though you broke his clavicle, he probably wishes you gave him a 5-finger discount at some point.
This episode of CSHR Radio has been brought to you by TPA Securities.
TPA Securities LLC.
LLC.
TPA Securities, LLC.
TPA Securities LLC.
LLC.
TPA to punch an asshole.
The punctured asshole.
No, the TPA, the prolapsed.
Prolapsed. Yeah, the prolapsed asshole. Securities.
And guess what? We make it clap.
That's right. Okay, she wants to hear the Davis voice, so we're gonna give Jay a good old shout out from here at the Justin Davis's Boat Condo Emporium. And
Oh my God! Don't do that to Justin Davis. What did he do?
he's gonna be performing on the main stage this weekend. He's gonna show all the security tactics on how to be a security officer.
And in other news, the Justin Davis Boat Condo Emporium has been closed down permanently after that a demonstration by one Joshua Jordan Foncan.
Huh?
One thing I'm talking about. Oh shit.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
He doesn't have a name anymore.
Josh deserves the redneck.
He's the people's armor.
Does the redneck deserve Josh, though? That is the question you need to ask yourself.
He's the people's armor.
Oh, man.
Hold on. We got to fix this. So, let's see.
That is the only question I'm asking. Now, before we get to that, let's talk about the point where Josh. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
That's right here live from the Lowe's bathroom. This is Justin from the Justin Davis Boat Condo Emporium. Sweatshop. Oh, wait, no, not sweatshop. We can't legally use that term no more. From the bait shop. And now this week we're showcasing TPA Securities, who's doing our fine security work out here. Unfortunately, one of their officers fell in the water and drowned the other day, but it's okay. We're trying to clean that up right now. So please be careful whenever you pass by with your boat. We don't want to cut him up with the propeller.
But please get rid of that swan, homeboy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, Holy is right. That is true. He is a cuck. That's how. That's how.
Will you stop that harsh? Fingers off the comments, sir.
You're too old. You gotta relax. Your arms are like tired from the surgeries and stuff.
No, it's
the bottom line.
It's just got an IV in it. Okay, it's not that big of a deal.
Hey, the bottom line is Holy. That's a fact from Holy. Josh is a cuck. If he wasn't a cuck, he wouldn't. You wouldn't be with Lindsay, man. Let's be honest. He's a cuck.
I bet you he would have watched if you would have let him.
Yeah, he probably would have.
Actually, I can say worse, but I'm not going to on the radio station. You're misinterpreting the words a little bit, the letters. You got to rephrase them a little bit.
He wanted to join in. He wanted to do a MMF in a bisexual manner. And he was going to be the catcher. He wanted Gambit to be the pitcher.
Oh my God! Yeah, probably. Harsh says
Harsh, you're not Peggy. Quit fingering the keyboard. It's a boy.
Wait, who said I was the pitcher?
No, I said you were the pitcher. He was going to be the catcher. He wanted to involve himself with you and Lindsay as the MMF bisexual type thing.
You know.
Oh,
that's the. He's a power bottom.
It would definitely be MMA. It'd be a freaking mushroom stamp across his face, and you know he'd have a mushroom stamp right across here, and then he'd be down for the count.
Oh no! Now I'm thinking about that comment Hoey said. You know what? As funny as that sounds, that might have been true. That might have been.
That's what I was saying earlier. When it comes to like all three of us, like I hate putting myself in the middle of it, but I think we were all there. Like he did not want Scott to deal with Olivia.
No,
you know, he wanted Harsh and he wanted me.
I'm just going to choose not to entertain that because Gambit's trying to make me sick. And
at the same time, when he was with Ricky, he wanted to be in between him and Hojo. And I don't call her JoJo. He's Hojo. He is a hoe.
Ricky though.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I'm just thinking about it now because every time like he'd be at work at the hotel, he'd always be calling me late at night. I'm like, damn. And he was supposed to be in a relationship with Netsky. And why are you talking to me all the time?
She's too busy. She's too busy to talk.
And by the way, Harsh, I do have to say this from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, God.
I do appreciate, and I do congratulate, and I hope that we can be at your and Netsky's wedding.
Okay, absolutely. We're going to have to cut it up. We definitely will have to cut that out.
Because that wedding is
That's right. Y'all come on down to...
And I'm glad that I can ordain it for you guys.
We're hosting Harshmed and Netsky Smith's wedding live.
We are not having it there. Justin.
I said y'all are having it there, goddammit, and y'all gonna have it wherever I say y'all gonna have it.
There, goddamn, we're not going there. But Gambit, I appreciate the love and support. We will definitely have a fun wedding. That's for sure.
I mean, where he said, hi to, I'm sorry I'm gonna cuss again, but we said hi to fucknuts. But
yeah, I'll help Scoot. Now
it's a good thing we're on a 20-second delay.
No, but let's get to the point where you broke his clavicle because he was standing on a bridge waiting for like two people to confront you.
He was waiting for Mark to hang out with him, and Lindsay had a restraining order against him since he put one against me, and he did that stuff to her. And so he waited on the bridge, and he was still within the block radius where he was supposed to be. And I was just walking by with a case of beer. And I won't even show you the kind of case of beer that I buy.
Oh.
I was walking by with that.
Yeah.
Still
and
reserved.
I set it down, and I was like, all right, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this. Like, plain and simple.
Junior said that's a good beer.
It's not a good beer. It tastes awful, but it's cheap as hell. And it does the job. Like, it's 8%. So it does the job.
That is true.
Good beer.
In other words, if it does the job, it's a good beer. That's what he said.
Actually, no, the best beer. All right, Scott, I'm going to teach your son something real quick. The best beer alone is an open one.
That is true.
All right, there we go.
The best beer is it won't bitch.
Wait, what was that? Say that again.
The best beer is it won't bitch.
That's
I agree with that.
Right. All right, so let's get back to the story about how you broke Josh's clavicle. There's a collarbone.
Oh, he claps down, and I just grabbed my beer and walked away. That's the end of the story. I went home, and what's he going to do? Like, I tried to get him tased on the street, and, I was like, there's nothing you can really do.
Wait, so he attacked you, and then you just, kept beating him?
No, I literally snapped the taser from his arm. I broke his clavicle.
Okay.
And all that. And I grabbed my beer and walked away. Because what's he going to do? Follow me home? I mean, his address, he knew where I lived because it used to be his address at one point in time.
Right.
So what's he gonna do? Follow me to a place where he can't go and tell me he tried to jump me? I ain't gonna say nothing. Like that would make
Like
him
you're
even
going to
more
tell on
stupid.
yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Like so, that's when he ended up leaving Minnesota, and from what I understand, he went to Georgia, and then he moved in with Scott.
He never went to Georgia, but he stopped in here, sadly.
Oh, I'm sorry, I sent him to you.
I know. It happens. It happens. I'm sorry about
And then-
being ignorant about him.
Then Harsh, he loves me so much he sent him to me.
Hey, you know what? No, to be fair, I sent him to Rick's place. Rick sent him to you.
No, Rick sent him to Laura, and then Laura sent him to me.
Yeah, so I think you should blame his ex. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, and Laura came to you too. Like,
Yeah, she came to a few days ago, actually.
in all honesty, Scott, I was actually willing to do this. Like when Harsh was talking to me about being on the show, like I was willing to jump on the show and just do that because that's all fucking Josh did the entire time he was on the show. Was just like sitting in the background, like doing the princess wave, like
Yeah.
like, and like I'm with my boy Josh Von Cannon, and he would just sit back there. And I even saw where you gave him a microphone, and he still didn't say nothing.
Yeah, and well, the thing is this studio's set up with 2 mics. So I mean, it's set up for that.
But he didn't though. That's the thing. It's like,
Wait, I don't care. You can talk.
let him talk. I know he has something to say.
Let's Junior talk.
I have nothing good to say.
That's fine.
Neither do I.
No, neither do I.
But I'm trying to edit it myself. So let yourself be free, man.
Yeah, you would say what you got to say about him.
Say what you got to say.
Say what you got to say.
If I actually have to say what I have to say, it's not going to be on a radio station where I'm edited like crazy or be bleeped out.
All right. The only reason I'm not saying anything more is because I said what I had to
Harsh,
say.
shut up, you big mouth.
He's trying to talk, and Harsh won't shut up.
God
was
dang,
asking
man.
Gambit.
God. Shush.
All right. Well,
5 seconds. Yeah, you too.
All right, say what you got to say.
This dude's a bitch ass motherfucker
Damn
that
it,
needs
hold
to
on a
fucking have a
second.
fucking knife stuck
All right,
to his
stop,
fucking asshole and twist it around.
Stop.
Mute.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can't. Okay, that was like 10 seconds of nothing but beeps. Awesome.
Right. All right, sorry, Junior. Go ahead.
Nickelodeon. Sorry.
I
We did
remember
that.
that he had to pay for working on a vehicle that I'm supposed to teach him.
Yeah, he paid him $20 and then bought him a case of beer.
No, the way Junior made it sound was like what brought me out was the way you edit it was a Nickelodeon sound. So I'm happy if you do the Nickelodeon sound with my speaking because I already called it out like do Nickelodeon. So yeah, please do that.
No, Scott Ryan was supposed to show him how to do this work, okay? So instead, he paid Scott Ryan and bought him a case of beer to not have to do anything because he didn't want to do any of the work.
Yeah. The whole time. How long we was there? Like 5 hours?
About 6.
6 hours.
hours.
Of nothing but bullcrap.
All he did was stand there and like mess stuff up, and then Scott Ryan had to go behind him and fix it.
Oh yeah, I had to do that too. Like 3 times. And it's still missing bolts.
Yeah, we're still missing bolts in places and stuff.
So Josh, if you watching, can you please tell me where the compressor bolts are? It's very important.
Why do I feel I know where they are, but I don't want to say it?
Yeah, it might be being broken down by anal acids right now as we speak.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, he loves giving himself a 5-finger discount with those bolts, probably. Oh my God.
All right, Harsh.
Just
Wow.
imagine when he goes to fucking poop and shit. It's gonna be like,
Yeah, but you got to remember, HCl is stronger than metal, so it might not be the same metallic class that comes out of it.
no, he's gonna be pooping that stuff out like a 9mm, not like a machine gun, but a 9mm. It depends on how many like bolts are missing and
You feel
stuff
like
like
a
that.
captain.
Like if it was a lot, it would be like M16, but he's got a 9mm coming out soon.
Oh my God, that probably is. And on that note, this has been another edition, a special edition of CSHR Radio. We thank Gambit Constantine for coming on the show. And this is Harsh Smith, and we thank Scott Sonier for still being alive and doing the ones and twos. This is Harsh Smith on You. A life is harsh, but everyone's a living. And sometimes honesty is the best policy. Take care and have a great rest of your beautiful Thursday night. Tune in about an hour when Jackie comes on the show and has her stats. Take care, everyone.
All right, peace.